Hi, I'm Makai, also known as Queen Makai, and I'm a model, a poet, an actress, a writer, and an influencer. When I was younger, like my therapy was just writing in tons of journals, and then I started to write poetry. And then with acting, it was always something that I loved. Like when I was younger, I'd put on little performances in the living room and force my grandfather to sit there and watch the whole thing. And then my parents, like, they noticed my strengths in that, so then they put me in acting in schools. What inspires me is honestly knowing that I'm helping others. I want to help everyone, but especially like young girls. A lot of my, especially like poetry, is just bringing young girls and really everyone to know their identity. And I feel protected, respected, never neglected, and he's so consistent. He always listens. And even when I'm distant, he assures me that I'm different and gifted. Know who they are, and of course, that's rooted in Christ, but just understanding that you're worth more than depression, abusive behavior from others, things like that. So that's one of the things that really motivates me. A lot of people say that Christianity is a religion, but I would say I have a relationship with God. And, that just comes from grace and faith. And that plays into my lifestyle because every day when I walk, I'm talking to him. I know that he lives in me. So everything that I do, really, I try to do for him. I try to glorify him. And I always try to be the best person that I can be so that other people see him through me. I'm a daughter of the Most High. I'm a daughter of royalty. I'm a queen, right? And I'm also like literature. Like I said, I love writing and I've been writing since I'm young. And if I could give anything up, writing would never be on that list. So I'm literature. One of my biggest goals is to become a best-selling author for tons of books. I really love writing, and that's something that I've procrastinated on for so many years because just fear and just different things, but I definitely want to be a best-selling author. I do want to write my own movies. I want to act in movies. I love acting, so those are some of my biggest goals. Yeah. Some pressures I deal with day to day, I think the biggest one is the mind, right? The mind is a very powerful thing. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I get thoughts like, you're not good enough for this, or, how are you going to really make money from doing this? Because to be honest, like, if you love doing something, you want to do it all the time and you want to make money from it. So for me, I think that those are some of the hardest things that I deal with. But just, casting down those evil imaginations and reminding myself, like, you have a story to be told and people need to hear it. And even some days when I tell people, like, my stories and all these different things, they always tell me what you said helped me. So I guess that's a way to combat that. That's one of them. The other one I would say is just trying to find like a good team to do all these different things that I want. It's hard because sometimes I just want to rely on myself, which isn't good. And I guess that just comes from maybe some pride and fear again. So I definitely want to find a team that I can work with to complete all the goals that I want. I'm not even gonna lie, I have a few regrets. I think the biggest one when it comes to acting specifically is that there were some roles that I didn't want to take. The industry loves to hypersexualize actresses a lot. And it's not like I didn't say no at first. There were times where I told directors, I don't want to do this, I'm not comfortable. But sometimes people don't respect your no, and if they know that they can get a yes out of you after continuously asking, then they'll get that. So I never did any porn or any crazy thing like that. That's not me. But just like, I don't really want to do sex scenes. I don't really want to be like, in a bra, shooting certain things. So yeah, that's what I meant. What I hope to accomplish on my journey is to have tons of people who have read my books, watched whatever I created, and have been fulfilled in that, whether it's them understanding their worth, them leaving a horrible situation, relationship, whatever it is, or of course them following their dreams. I think that there are a lot of people who have gifts and they go to waste because they allow those fears or what people say to stop them from doing what they love. And so I just want everyone to really use their gifts. There's a reason you have it, whether it's one, whether it's 10. and find a way to focus on one first, perfect that, and keep going. That's the first one. And then I would just say, like, if you don't, if you don't, if you're struggling just when it comes to peace and joy and all those things, I would just say that God is the way. He's always the way. I think that there are a lot of legalistic Christians out there who make God this scary God who just wants to punish you and do all these things. And that's what I struggle with for years. So there's a lot of church hurt that people go through around that. But just understanding that He's the best Father you could possibly have. So, yeah.